Hey all, it's Sunday, September the 2nd, the day before Labor Day, and believe it or not, I got a handful of calls yesterday and today, and I was kind of picking and choosing, but I decided to bring the GoPro for this and not use my phone. It's been a while since I used the GoPro. I've been just using my cell phone. It's a lot easier to bring along with me. But anyway, this nest is in Glenmore, PA. And it's nice. My business has really taken off. I think this year is probably the busiest I've ever been, and for every job I film, there's been like 5 jobs that I don't film, so so yeah, just pretty busy trying to keep up with stuff, and I pretty much can't keep up with all the stuff. I've been referring a lot of the jobs out, but I've been doing quite a bit. Pretty much every day I've been doing at least 1, maybe 2, 3 jobs a day. But this one's in Glenmore. It's Yellowjacket nest inside of a house, as like most of my jobs. They're going in where the water spigot is. The homeowner tried spraying, and I just drove a bunch of them into the basement. So there's hundreds of them that are dead in the basement, but there could be a few thousand in the nest now. So didn't really do much. So I'm gonna take care of that today. Maybe vacuum on the outside, and whenever it's an indoor nest, they usually do use an indoor fogger because that slows them down. Because if I just take out the nest, there'd still be a bunch swarming if I don't fog. So that's why I fog if it's an indoor nest. If it's an outdoor nest, I just usually can vacuum them, and that takes care of it. But it's nice because, like I said, my business has really taken off. I've been doing this since 2009, actually. But I guess I've just kind of gotten more established, and all my jobs are within 30 minutes or less, so it's really nice to be able to kind of just hop in a car, drive, go somewhere, and get it done. This job's about 15 minutes from my house, so it's really good. I know a lot of people don't like these introductions, but I just kind of like to explain the situation, and so I guess I'll see you when I get there. All right, bye-bye. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who watches my videos. I'm surprised I get all the views that I do, but I immensely appreciate it. So yeah, thank you very much to all my subscribers, and even if you're not subscribed, thanks for viewing. Alright, so there's the nest. Probably get a better view of it than me. I'm actually standing on this water cooler, so the nest is there, and there's a bunch flying around the lights, which is not uncommon. They did spray on the outside. They're still building. Beautiful eastern yellowjacket nest, Vespula maculifrons, the common eastern yellowjacket. It looks like they're actually, where the pipe is an entrance. You can see some heads poking out. So yeah, they sprayed. It did probably killed a couple hundred of them, but could be over 1,000 in this nest right now. In September 2nd. So now I know where it is. I might vacuum on the outside, just kind of draw down the numbers some, and then fog it and remove it. Just kind of watch the activity. And this is with my GoPro. All right. This is the outside entrance. So I'm going to vacuum a little bit to draw the numbers down. And I'll fog the inside and then vacuum up some of the dead ones that drop. So that's the plan. So you can see they going in and out of there. Of course, I'm on the wrong side, but I found it. Trying to get a piece of me. This is actually Vespula flavopilosa, the downy yellowjacket. They're a parasitic species on Vespula maculifrons of Queens. They're like squamosal. They take over the nest of the eastern yellowjacket. This is a pretty busy one. This species actually, they can have small nest or a big nest, so this seems like a pretty busy one. I might actually save this one for some entomologist friend of mine. We're doing a little study on their usurpation behavior, if they start their nest of their own or if they always usurp. And we're actually going to analyze the composition of the nest, so to speak, some of the waste left behind and some of the other stuff. I don't know exactly, but they've got one of the guys has a doctorate in entomology, and he has some equipment to actually study like the fecal matter or something to determine if the pellets in the oldest built cells are from maculifrons or flavopilosa. Probably over a lot of people's heads, but figured that's from what I know about it. It's a little bit even over my head, but as I understand it, that's what it is. So I'm kind of glad I took this job. It's a big nest too. I will gladly send this nest to you, Casey. I remembered this time. You see him coming back. And then still stuck. No, she freed herself and her stinger did not get left behind. She actually probably can live to fight another day. Did not disembowel herself. And again, this nest is the downy yellowjacket Vespula flavopilosa. It means yellow-haired, and flavo means yellow, and pilosa, pilosity is hair, because they have like yellowish hairs as opposed to the black hairs that other yellowjacket species have. I'm sure if you Google Vespula flavopilosa and Google images, you might notice some of the yellow hairs in the species. This guy Jacobson, he's entomology dude. He named the species back in 1978. Before then, it was like an undetermined variant of the eastern yellowjacket. The eastern yellowjacket and alascensis, the common yellowjacket, which is not really common, so I'm not a big fan of common names. I mean, I do this, you know, I enjoy doing the removals, but my true passion, I've always been interested in yellowjackets since I was a kid, and know a lot about them and their behavior, so I love doing this stuff. I get paid to do what I love. If I could do it over again, I actually have two jobs. I'd be a yellowjacket biologist and a behavior analyst. If I could do both, I'd love it, which I kind of am doing both, so my life is pretty good. I'm happy with it. I'll let this run for a while. And I'm going to take the nest out from the inside, and I'll probably leave this going while I'm working inside. These are all like, I mean, there could be like 500 or 600 out foraging right now. This species is actually kind of like the German yellowjacket, because they're a little bit bigger and they build a little bit stronger poop than the eastern yellowjacket. They're kind of like a mix between the German yellowjacket and the eastern yellowjacket. They're a little bit bigger in size, and their nest paper is a little bit stronger than the eastern yellowjacket, but not quite as strong as the gray paper of the German yellowjacket. And they're actually, this species might be my third favorite out of all the yellowjackets. I did another removal of this species last weekend, last Saturday, but the video didn't turn out good, so I decided not to upload it. I was going to actually combine it with the squamosa video, the big nest that I removed out of the ground last Saturday, but that video is just the southern yellowjacket nest, and it was going to be like a bonus footage of the downy nest, but not this time. not many being missed, and even if I do miss them, like a big bald-faced hornet, some of them are going to be missed. I know I get a lot of comments about that, but they always go back to the nest anyway, so they all get sucked up at the end. So the vacuum method is quite effective. I know a lot of people probably don't really know about this, but and I'd have those questions too, so like I don't take any offense to it, but yeah, when I do vacuum those nests, yeah, some of them do get missed initially, but they do fly back and they get sucked up upon return, as somebody put it. So it does work. The vacuum is plenty strong. Some of them are trying to go out too. I don't know if you can see them, but the ones departing the nest actually are getting sucked up. The ones coming back, they're wary, but they go back. They all get sucked up. And there could be 1,500 in this nest. Like I said, I mean, flavopilosa is an interesting species. When I move the hose, standing on this thing, that's what supported it, so I moved it. This species either has small nests or they can have larger nests. Quite a variation, similar to Squamosa. Small nests might have 300, big nests will have 1,500, so there's variation. But I think all Yellowjackets have variation in the nest size. Got a shot of the nest. You can hear the vacuum going outside. But I'm going to fog them. Now. Gotta hit them good. You can see some light from the outside. Make sure they're thoroughly treated. And nothing over here. Yeah, it's all confined to this one area. A lot of extra paper over there, you can see. Nice looking nest. And they drop. Now I just got to remove this bad boy and continue to run I usually run the vacuum outside for about an hour. You can see some still attacking me, but they're tenacious little buggers. This can is picked. Alright, so see you soon. And here's a look at the combs. Look like monkey cells. I see 6 or 7 levels. That's the entrance on the outside. Yeah, I'll try to get this out as intact as best I can, but it's like we got a queen cell right there, too. See some males. The males have a long antenna. And reproductive production is underway in this nest. An interesting species. Hanging in there. Alright. Finish up. Alright, I got the comb set out perfectly intact. Don't know if it'll stay that way because I'm going to be putting it in a garbage bag, but so there it is. Kind of hard to see, bad lighting, but a lot of queen cells in this nest.
But this nest won't be successful because it just bit the dust, so those queens will never be born. So a lot of people consider them pests, so you'd be happy that this is one less nest that'll have, you know, a few hundred queens that won't be born to be pests next year. So there it is. And an interesting behavior, the males, you can see like the butts of Yellowjackets there, the males actually stuff themselves into the cells. I think that's what's going on. I've seen that too in the bald-faced hornet, so it's almost like they're like, oh, I concede or something. I don't know. It's like some kind of submissive behavior. At least that's my theory, at least. I'm not 100% on that, but I've seen this a lot. Some there, and there. I'm sure I'm on the floor all over this basement. Some still flying around the lights, but not as bad as it was. So, all right, mission accomplished. September the 2nd, 2018. Bye-bye. Here's the catch. Just from running the vacuum outside. I did mostly was indoor work, but this is what the vacuum caught, some of the foragers. So, yellow-haired Yellowjacket nest, ladies and gentlemen.